It's week 8 of my Chicago Marathon training, and this week my schedule calls for a 6K, a fartlek run, and a half marathon, and that's because it's a rest week. After 8 weeks of training, I should be well on my way for getting marathon ready, but things aren't really going as planned, and there are some things that are kind of starting to worry me. But of course, as always, I have a plan to fix that. A couple of weeks ago, I talked about my training schedule and all the things that I plan to do to get me marathon ready. Now, I have a lot of means at my disposal to help me get marathon ready, but that also means I have a full schedule and I have a long list of things to do every day. Now, that's kind of where the trouble starts, because ever since Zane's birth, I don't really have a lot of time to do things. Yet I'm busier than ever. I'm back at work. The film festival that I organize every year is coming up next month. Training for a marathon, making videos, it all takes up a lot of time. And I really have to manage my time, the time that I do have, to try and get everything done. I've been doing my best to get my runs in, and so far I've been doing pretty good. Apart from a couple of exceptions, I've been able to get in all my runs. Even now with the long runs getting longer and longer, taking up a lot more time, I'm still able to work it out so I can get my runs in. The problem for me is most of the other things that I want or need to do. Most importantly, my strength training. A lot of times I skip it and think I'll do it at a different time, and I just end up not doing it. So that is just not working out at the moment. Even the things that don't take that much time, like the blackboard that I have to strengthen my feet. It's an easy exercise to do. It takes like 5 minutes. I just can't seem to fit it into my schedule. Now, a big part of the problem is not that I don't have time for those things that I want to do in my schedule. It's just that I need to schedule them differently throughout the day. Now, when I wake up in the morning, most of the times I'm with Zane, so there's no way I can get exercises in at that time. So I need to figure out a way to do some things when he's down for a nap or he's eating, and other things I will have to schedule at night when I have a little bit more time to do things. Now, I showed my training schedule briefly in my last video, and there are a lot of things on my schedule, but a lot of things I can easily change around so I can actually fit them in my schedule. The thing is, most of these things, they just have to become a habit. And after 8 weeks of training, I just haven't gotten into the habit of things. And most of these things are still easily skipped or forgotten, and that's going to change now. So by mixing up my schedule and doing things at different times during the day, and setting reminders, timers to help me not forget those exercises that I need to do, and by multitasking, some things I can actually multitask. So that's how I'm going to fix this. I also mentioned that there are some things that worry me, and a big thing is that it's still very unclear if we'll be able to travel from Europe to the United States. At the start of the year, it looked like everything was going in the right direction, and they told us that by this summer, a lot of things would be back to normal, but it's getting very close to October now, and it actually seems very unlikely that we'll be able to travel by then. I'm still keeping my hopes up. I'm still hoping that I'll be able to go to Chicago and run my marathon there, but I'm also keeping in mind that it might actually not happen. Another thing that I'm worried about a little bit is injuries. I'm doing a lot of running and not a lot of strength training, which opens me up for injuries. The start of the year I had an injury and I wasn't running, but I was getting ready to start running again, so I was doing a lot of strength training. I was preparing my body to go out running again. So I had a good base when I started, but the past 8 weeks I haven't really done a lot of strength training, close to none actually. So I really have to get on that, and that's another reason why I really need to fix it now, because I'm doing these long runs. I'm running a half marathon today, and yeah, that opens me up for injuries. Whether I get to travel to Chicago or not, I'm gonna keep training. Week 9 has a 23K training run on the schedule, which means that I get to change my course a little bit, and I get to run that way, which is an area where I only go when I'm training for a marathon. So yeah, I'm kind of excited about that. I hope your training's going well. Let me know how you're doing down in the comments. Until next time, get out there and run.